Hey guys, creator mom, happy Saturday. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about how there's a lot of predators out there that exist, female and male. But I feel like I was thinking to myself, I was having a conversation with an old acquaintance today, and listening to her story made me like think about some things. It made me think about the idea of when you've had and when I say you, I'm not talking about her, I'm talking about me, and in general, when you've had unhealthy like relationships, and when do you know, and like, and then you like try, you're trying to heal yourself, you're on this journey of like, you could say a spiritual journey, you're seeking God, you're trying to be very inquirous, is that a word, of yourself, very curious about yourself and why you do the things you do and what your patterns are and what you want for your life moving forward, how you want to act moving forward, what kind of relationships that we want moving forward. And I feel like, how do you know when you're healed? How do you know when you're ready to date? How do you know when you're ready to get into another relationship? It's like, because you might have the desire, but how do you know you're ready? How do you know you're not going to fall back into programming or fall back into another abusive relationship because you're not healed enough? You're not ready. You're not ready to, I don't know, like feel those high oxytocin levels and love levels, but see a red flag and be able to be like, you know what, fuck this love feeling, fuck this oxytocin feeling right now. I'm observing red flags and I know these are red flags, and I have to choose myself over choosing, this person that's got me feeling these feelings, what I'm saying, that I'm feeling these feelings over. Because those are kind of like surface level feeling, but there's something deeper in you that says, that's a red flag, that's a red flag. Escape. But you keep following these feelings of excitement and love or whatever because of a deficit sometimes in ourself, whether that be loneliness or whatever it is that we're seeking out and that we want. It's driving us. It's driving us even though we see the red flags. We still heading full force towards it. Sometimes it's like we have to collide again in order to come to more deeper realizations. You know what I'm saying? Because then the question arises, can I even trust myself? Look what I've done again. I've gotten into another abusive relationship. Sure, I got out. I just got out. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why do I keep doing this? That's good in a way. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, maybe you need to get into these relationships in order to like see your way out of them, or realize like, oh shit, I guess I'm not healed enough yet. I guess I still have some inner work that I need to do. And being in this abusive relationship really shined the light on that for me. So it's not like we have to be like, I think there's this idea that like we can only trust ourselves if situations work out perfectly. Oh, now I can trust myself because that worked out really great. Oh, this worked out like shit. This was abusive, so I can't trust myself. It's like, no, you still trust yourself because you came out. You came to the realization that, oh, wow, that's abusive. And I was just in that cycle again. And it's just like, it's a learning experience, right? It's still perfect. You're still perfect. Your journey is still perfect, because look at you, you're growing. You're coming to more realizations. This has helped you learn about yourself again. And especially if you have the awareness of it, that's so good. I don't know. There might be some people who do get in these relationships, and you know what? Maybe it doesn't even faze them because that's what their life is surrounded in. That's what they're used to. That's the normal for them. But it's just like, sometimes when we're ready to awaken and we're ready to elevate, if you want to say, we're like, oh my God, we realize we're in patterns. and we're more aware of it, and we don't like it. We're uncomfortable with it. We want to change. We want something different. So I just really was making this video because I felt like I needed to vent on that, you know, and just on the topic that we can trust ourselves, even when we've gotten into fucked up situations, because those fucked up situations allowed us to more learn about ourselves, to more get clearer on what we do want and what we don't want in our lives anymore. We get sick and tired, you know? And not only that, everybody comes into an awakening where the Christ seed within them starts to germinate, like become more, you know, the new man gets born, you know? There's that too. That changes your perspective. And my old acquaintance is also way younger than me. You know, I'm about to be 40. So, you know, when I was this person's age, I could relate with where sometimes your mindset is different when you're younger, you know? Not to say that all younger people have the same mindset at all. So everybody is at a different place on the journey, if you will. It's easy for us to judge people who have been in abusive relationships. It's easy to say, well, how could you go back? You know what I mean? Like, how many times do you need to get, you know, your ass whooped in order for you to you know, there's just a lot. There's a lot at play, and we can't judge people because judgment is always short-sighted. Judgment doesn't seek to understand, you know? And then sometimes, if you're empathic, we want to understand too much, you know? We want to give the benefit of the doubt too much. We want to understand and be empathic toward people who are actually being physically abusive, you know? And it's just like, no, the buck stops there. You can be understanding and empathic of them from far. You don't put yourself in their path because you want to be empathic to them because, oh, you know, who knows why they ended up the way they did. Nah, fuck all that shit. It doesn't matter why they ended up the way they did. You know what I mean? You can extend empathy to an abusive person at a distance. You don't, you know. So, anywho, I just wanted to share that. If you've ever been in an abusive relationship pattern, you know, get help if you can. Get help. Use YouTube videos as your coach if you can't afford therapy. You know what I'm saying? Do something. And you know, and so that we can, I think we have to find out our pattern. See, this person, and I think everybody's pattern with being around abusive people could be different. You know, one could be continuing to be around abusive family members, mothers, fathers, and they don't know why. Why can't I escape this person? Why can't I just get away from them? They treat me like shit. I don't like being around them, but somehow I still end up back in a cycle with them, you know? Everybody's abusive situations are different, you know, as where somebody else was just in an abusive relationship with a dude, got smacked around, and they're looking at you like, why do you have issues getting away from your family? You see? We can't, it's different strokes for different folks, but we all, I guess, have to work on our own patterns and our own programs. So, anyways, be encouraged and have a wonderful rest of your Saturday.